Hello everyone, my name is Willie Reed, I don't care what my name is, and this is my top 5 best movies of 2015. They got so much buildup, so much hype, but were a success. Now for this list, I decided to focus on movies that I enjoyed the most, that I felt were given much more of a buildup, and were a much bigger success. So let's get started with number 5, Jurassic World. Now this movie was going to be a little higher on my list, but I put it down to number 5 because yes, the movie does have its flaws with the characters, the effects for some parts of the movie, but I felt the movie was still pretty good. It was a great sequel to Jurassic Park. I had a lot of fun watching some of the old stuff that we saw from the first movie, and the fight between the Indominus Rex and the T-Rex was worth the wait. It was worth waiting for that, and it was fun. I know a lot of people were excited to see that fight, especially how it ended. So well done, guys. Well done. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else they have planned for a sequel. Number 4 is Furious 7. Now this was okay. Before I continue talking about this, I just want to say the Fast and Furious movies have become a little ridiculous ever since probably the fourth or even fifth movie. Because after that, like things started to get ridiculous. Like the stunts were getting ridiculous. Like the scenes where these characters should have died. Like in this movie, it's a perfect example. When they're driving out of a plane and parachuting to the ground. I was like, no, 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 they should be all dead. They're all dead. And there's even a scene where our main character Vin Diesel drives off a cliff and somehow he and the passenger survive. Like there's just so many stuff in this movie that there's no way these characters should survive. And yet, I still enjoyed watching it. I still watching some of those ridiculous stunts. Thought that was still entertaining, and the characters were all pretty good. Like the story for this movie is kind of but the characters were still good. And seeing Paul Walker's last performance in this movie it made me sad. And the ending was very nice, especially where they showed some of his past scenes in some of the past from the past movies, and that song that was being played. I was like, wow, I almost forgot that he had passed away. It was very nice. They did a great job with this. I don't know how they can make a sequel without him, but so they'll find a way. Number 3 is Avengers: Age of Ultron. Oh man, the first Avengers movie was so much fun. The sequel was just as fun, but it does have its flaws. The movie does have its flaws when it comes to some stuff that doesn't make sense, like Black Widow and the Hulk. Um, Ultron, his plan. I mean, it's not a bad plan, but I don't know. Like I think he could have done a little worse. And one of the things about this movie that I still think was good about it is we get to see the Avengers again. We get to see him kick some ass, and that scene where they're all together fighting Ultron's minions. That was pretty cool. And it's definitely helping lead up to the next movies that are connected to this, like Captain America: Civil War, Thor: Ragnarok, and looking forward to seeing what happens next when we get to the Infinity War. So, yes, despite this movie having some flaws, it's still good. However, it's not as good as the other two movies on my list. Now we get to number 2, which is Inside Out. So, I think I said this to my friend when we first saw the trailer for this movie, the very first one in theaters. I was like, that does not look good. It's not going to be a good movie. I said that before about Frozen, and I was wrong about that. So I was wrong again about Inside Out. It was a very good movie. The animation for this is beautiful. Uh, the characters, I love them. The story for this is pretty good too. It's kind of been done here and there, but it's still not a bad story. And I hate to say this, but I much prefer Sadness over Joy. Sadness is a much better character, and Joy was a bit of a control freak, but still, it's not a bad movie. I can see why so many people love it. I can see why so many kids love it too. It's a great movie, and I can see why Pixar did a great job with this. And I'm definitely gonna stop trying to say this movie's not gonna be good. I'm gonna give it a chance to see if it's good or not. Unless it's an Adam Sandler movie, which in case I say they're all bad. Now, before I get to my number 1 movie from my list, here are some honorable mentions. They're all right here, or did I put it there? they're gonna be separated because it's a long list. So I'm gonna let you all see both the lists. That way, if any of the movies you were expecting to see on my list, well, if they're not there, here they are. Or if I missed any. Oh well. Alright, it's time for the number one movie on my top 5 list, Star Wars The Force Awakens. This was worth the wait. I am not kidding. This movie was so much fun to watch. It was so awesome. Everybody was waiting for this movie to come out. We were all hyped up for it, and of course, we were all a little worried that this movie was going to, well, fail like Star Wars Episode 1. However, they did a good job with this movie and how well it went. I mean, yeah, the story is a little repeated like the first one, but it's still a great story, especially for this new generation. The characters are all great, the story for it is great, the effects for it look a little better than the original trilogy, way better. And yeah, I was surprised with what some of the directions they went with this, but it was still fun to see this movie. It definitely brought back a lot of great memories, and this is the Star Wars movie that I was waiting to see. This was the Star Wars movie I'm sure everyone was waiting to see, and I cannot wait for the sequels. I'm sure that they've got a lot of great ideas for the next two movies, so let's hope they do well, and I cannot wait to see what they have next in store for us. Well, that's it, everybody. If you guys have a different opinion about the movies that I mentioned on my top 5 list, or any of the movies from my honorable list, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. And before I sign off, I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to my channel. Thank you, everyone, for the support and the reviews as well. I appreciate it, guys. I love you all so much, and I am looking forward to 2016. I mean, 2015 was a great year. Hopefully, 2016 will be even better. So take care, everybody. See you all next time. We'll give you more love and more entertainment.